you want to socialize your scripts for corrections, that is perfect for today. And also, we are going to have the final topic of term number 2 before your exam. That's why I considered it was really important to me today, to have the class today, to have that explanation before we have the exam next week. Is that okay?
Yes, teacher.
Is that okay? Okay, thank you very much for your answer. So guys, as I was telling you, today is going to be your final class before your exam. The idea is that we're going to start socializing. I'm sorry, not socializing, but clarifying. When I say clarifying, it is to answer some questions. If you have any question, teacher, I don't understand it. I have a job, I have a question. Or if you want to socialize your scripts or making corrections, that would be awesome. So this one is for questions, doubts, sharing scripts if you wanted to. And this part, we're going to spare about 10-15 minutes, no more. So the idea is that you take advantage of it. If you don't have any question, we're going to continue with the rest of the class. And I have a reminder and some important information here because I am receiving videos to my email. Do you remember the instruction last class when we said that I am sharing a folder on Drive?
Yes, teacher.
But when I say I, is Karen doing it, not you students doing it. So it is very important that you respect those instructions because the emails, imagine receiving 50 videos to my email. It is going to get so complicated. So the idea is that you wait for my instructions. I am going to give you all clear instructions as I always do. And the video is going to be for the next week. What are you going to do? You are going to share your videos on the drive. And remember, guys, that you have more time. When I say more time, it is because it is for October 22nd. Do you remember that? Do you remember that or no? Hey, do you listen to me?
Yes, teacher.
Super. So remember that your videos are going to be for next week. When I say next week, is on October 22nd, not today, not yesterday to my email. No, it's on a drive that Karen creates. Please don't send that to my email. Don't send that to my email. It is not to my email. It is on a drive, on a folder on Drive. And it is for next week. So I am going to send you one email, not today. I hope you understand why these 2-3 days have been really difficult, guys. So please, not today, not tomorrow, no, but the weekend, but maybe on Monday or Tuesday, I am going to be sending you one email sharing the folder with all the instructions. Is that clear now? Tell me yes, tell me no. Clear or questions?
It's clear for me, teacher.
That's awesome. What about the others? I want to listen to the others. What about Anna? What about Anderson? What about Lay, Chelsea, Edinson, Isabella, Ivan? What do you think? It's clear or repeat?
Clear,
Clear,
teacher.
teacher.
Dear teacher.
Super. So it's clear. That's amazing. And now we're going to continue with the point number two of the class. I'm sorry. With point B, remember that your exam to be next Friday too. So when I say your exam is going to be next Friday too, it is because that day we're not having the class, but we're having the exam. And where do you have the written exam? On Moodle. So it is actually just like the first exam we had on Moodle on October 22nd. This is next Friday. And this is going to be your second exam corresponding to 10% of the total. Those two activities, video of the recipe and exam number two next Friday. Hey guys, please, the microphones, close your microphones. Microphones, please, close your microphones. Vivian, close your microphone. Thank you very much. And now we are going to see the next point as it is very interesting because this is going to be like the final topic before exam. When I say the final topic, this is the final theme of term number two. What is that? We're going to be talking on a PowerPoint presentation because remember, it is super important to explain the vocabulary, to see some examples, and the grammar tense you're going to learn through this explanation is modal verbs. So when I explain the modal verbs, they are going to be verbs helping you for giving suggestions. So that's why we are going to present health issues that are health problems with the vocabulary and with the examples, but the intention of working with it, the immerse intention, it is going to learn how to give suggestions in English. So when I say giving suggestions is to use modal verbs. And to practice it, we're going to have the workshop number 5 of the semester. And with the workshop number 5, obviously, we're going to have some exercises to practice. With these exercises to practice, depending on how the class goes on, we are going to have participation points. So remember that this is to socialize it today. This is to do it, to work on it, and if we have some time, we're going to socialize it today. That's it. Any questions or let's start? Any questions or let's
Start,
start?
teacher.
Okay, let's start. So now I listen to you. Let's go to the point number one of the class. I listen to you. How is it going with the projects? It is easy, it is difficult. Any question about the project? Tell me everything. Tell me everything. Any question about the project, about the videos, about the timing, about the introduction, development, closing of the video? Any question?
No, I don't have any question.
Super, really? My goodness, what about the others? Any question about it?
No, teacher.
Carol, thank you for your answer. So two people of 29 people answering. What about the others? Any question about it?
No, teacher.
No, Anderson, thank
Teacher,
you very much for collaborating. Yes, Ivan.
the project is only the
Catherine,
video,
thank you for
right?
your answer. Yeah, only the video. Only the video. It's
Okay,
just
teacher.
to share the video with me on a folder.
And
The
a
script is not
question.
necessary.
Okay. Uh,
No
the
PowerPoint presentations, no script, no text, only the video.
okay, teacher.
Ivan, what else? Anything else?
Um, mm, wait a moment, and I tell you. Okay.
Mhm. So guys, it is important that you remember the timing. Please, this is like one suggestion or recommendation that I am going to give you, even if you don't ask for it. Video timing. Remember that you have 2 minutes 30. And from those 2 minutes 30 minutes, these are minutes. From those 2 minutes 30, you have 2 minutes and 10 seconds. 2 minutes and 10 seconds for your recipes video. But also you are going to have 20 seconds. 20 seconds for what? For bloopers. Hey, teacher, I did my video, but I did not include bloopers. So if it is your decision not to include bloopers, remember that your maximum is going to be 4. If you include the recipes video and if you include bloopers, obviously, if you do an excellent job with all the instructions, with a magical presentation describing the process and blah, 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 Juan Camilo, if you do that, that is amazing, excellent, fantastic. Obviously, what I want you is to do something excellent and creative. So, of course, yes, it is necessary and it is excellent if you do it. So if you have a well presented, well edited, with good description of your recipe, with introduction, with the name, with ingredient utensils, with description step by step using sequence verbs like first, then, after that, next, finally, with closing saying goodbye, with bloopers, this is your 5. If you do an excellent job, if you do an excellent job, for example, if you do an excellent job that you have a 2 minutes 30 seconds video, but no bloopers, your maximum, your maximum is going to be 4. So you know that is 4 and discounting. Why? Because we have all the instructions clear.
Teacher,
So if I give you all the instructions clear, it is to follow instructions. Yes, Chelsea. Yes, Chelsea, what is your question? I mean, you can negotiate with timing during those 2 minutes and 30 seconds. Obviously, no, teacher, I did 2 minutes and 20 and 10 seconds bloopers. Perfect. But included. No, teacher, I did 2 minutes and 15 video and 15 seconds bloopers. Perfect. No problem. But include the bloopers if you want to obtain the 5. If you don't include bloopers, your maximum is going to be 4. It's clear? Or repeat?
Profe, buena tarde, qué pena es que yo recién entré. ¿Esos 2:30 es lo máximo que puede durar el video?
profe,
Yes.
O sea que si se pasa
Yes.
3 paila.
More is less. More is less. If
Buenas
you
tardes,
give me
profe, qué
5 minutes videos, if you give me 4 minutes videos, I start discounting points. So please, why am I asking you? This class is not the only class that I have. I have English 1, I have English 2, I have English 3, more than 200 videos to watch. You imagine that? So 5 minutes, 10 minutes is too much for me to watch it. That's why I am asking you to respect the timing. 2 minutes 30 is perfect. Okay, 2 minutes 35. Yeah. But 3, 4, 5 minutes, no. So if you pass the timing, it is not going to be more because I am going to evaluate you with 2 minutes and 30 seconds. 2 minutes and 30 seconds. That's your timing. If you give me 4 5 minutes videos, I start discounting points, not giving you more. And this is not the first time I do this project. I have done this project before. So I am totally sure that you can do it perfectly in 2 minutes and 30 seconds. In 2 minutes and 30 seconds, you have the perfect time to describe everything. Is that okay? Kevin, is that okay? Thank you so much. And now remember the recommendations that I gave you last class. The recommendations I gave you last class about not accelerating and not recording. Do not accelerate, do not record your voice. Please, guys, this is something that I am asking you because I have to understand what you say. I have to understand your pronunciation, that description. So listening to you with voices accelerated makes it totally difficult to me. That's why I'm asking you, I'm begging you, I'm claiming you not to accelerate your voice, not to record your voice. It's not reading a paper, guys. It is a speaking. Describing a recipe, speaking. So let me know any question you may have. If you don't have any, I will continue with the point number 2. Super, guys, as you don't have any questions, I am going to stop sharing this screen. And now we're going to go to the second point of the class. In the second point of the
Teacher,
class, we're going to have,
qué pena, profe, es que hace rato le quería hacer una pregunta, solo que mi internet está fallando. Entonces, para ser claros, el video tiene que durar 2 minutos 30 con los bloopers.
yes.
No puede ser grabado, no puede ser acelerado, tiene que tener pues lo que habíamos hablado la clase pasada, la introducción, los
Yes.
ingredientes y la preparación. Y se lo
The
subimos a un
introduction is
drive.
the name, yes.
Y se lo subimos a un drive esta semana
I
que usted
share
nos
the
mandó.
drive.
Ok, teacher.
Teacher, pero
Eso.
nos tenemos que
Perfect.
grabar haciendo la receta,
Absolutely
¿cierto?
correct. Excuse me?
Yes, teacher.
Excuse me, what's the question? What is the question? What is the final question?
Profe, la compañera decía que sí hay que grabarse haciendo la receta.
Yes, of course. Of course. That's the idea that you show me while you are cooking the recipe. The idea is
Profe,
that you record yourself
Teacher,
cooking the
teacher.
recipe that I see you cooking.
profe,
Yeah.
quiero hacer una consulta. Yo en la clase pasada no pude estar por cuestiones laborales. Pues yo he estado leyendo y he estado escuchando lo que usted dejó. La pregunta es que no escucho muy bien por el ruido de la gente que estoy trabajando todavía. El video toca entregarlo ahora el domingo, ¿no? Este domingo.
No.
No,
No.
me dice el 17, pero esa era la duda que
No.
tenía, quería
22.
consultarlo bien, profe.
Sí, teacher, había hay enredo ahí, no sabemos si es el 22 o es el 17. Profe, ¿cómo así que no se puede grabar?
Today I am
Teacher, una pregunta.
should. Uh-huh.
Lo que pasa es que yo voy en camino apenas para la casa, apenas salí de la U. ¿Me puedo desconectar?
It's your decision. I don't know. Es tu decisión. We are in class. It's your decision. Hey. So guys, in the last class, I told you October 17th, right? But today I am telling you October 22nd. So it means that you are going to have one more week to do it. Is bad or good? This is bad or it's good? That you have 5 more days to do it. Anderson, it is true. So it's yeah, of course. You are going to have until October 22nd to do it. October 22nd, the video. Because you only had 1 week. Decidí darles más tiempo, 5 días más para la grabación de su video. Entonces, la próxima semana, como la compañera explicó todo, les envío las instrucciones del folder que yo voy a compartir en Drive. Y ese mismo viernes is your exam. So the next week for the video maximum, of course, next week. And also on October 22nd is going to be your exam number 2. That is clear. When I say don't accelerate your voice, no entiéndase, don't record your voice, es como entonces no hablo. No, usted debe hablar enfrente de la cámara. Lo que no puede hacer es pregrabar su voz leyendo y mostrar un video en silencio. This is something that is not acceptable. So when I say don't record your voice, it is because you can't record your voice reading the paper and not speaking in front of the camera because this is a speaking activity for you to speak, to say hello, to introduce the show, to present the recipe to the class and to the teacher. So the idea, guys, is that you speak in front of the camera. It's speaking, not reading. This is something that I always say. It's speaking, not reading. So that's why I say don't record your voices. Because if you record your voice, you are not speaking, you are reading. And this is an exercise to speak, not to read. It's clear now or one more question? Preguntas, inquietudes, dudas. Preguntas, inquietudes, dudas. Questions,
No,
inquietudes, and
sir.
no. Ahora sí está súper claro. Recuerden que tienen 5 días más.
Teacher, el chat, porfa. Qué pena.
Excuse me.
¿Podría revisar tu chat, por favor?
Yes, I did. So as you don't have any other question about the video, we are going to start working. And
Sí,
when I
profe,
say
yo
we are going to start,
tengo, qué pena, profesora, yo tengo una pregunta. Los
chicos,
que ya
porque
hicieron el
cuando les
video,
pregunto que si tienen preguntas, no me preguntan. Y ya cierro la pantalla, segunda vez cierro la pantalla y ahí sí. Y les pregunto,
sí,
preguntas, inquietudes, dudas y ¿por
es
qué?
que
¿Por qué
recién
sucede
me surgió
eso? No
esa
entiendo.
inquietud, profe. Recién me surgió la inquietud de
Ajá.
saber qué pasa con las personas que ya mandaron el video.
Pues que tienen que esperar. Yo les respondí un correo diciendo que deben esperar a que el lunes o martes yo envíe el folder y lo deben cargar ahí porque en el correo no los voy a revisar. Se van a cargar al Drive. Entonces, como tienen hasta el 22, cuando yo comparta el folder, tú estás súper pendiente y a ese folder compartes tu video nuevamente.
Vale, profe. O sea que tenemos hasta el 22 para enviar el video.
Ajá.
Subirlo al Drive.
Yes. En el folder de Drive que yo comparta.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Okay, guys. So now we're going to see this PowerPoint presentation. And on this PowerPoint presentation, we are going to start working on something different. This is the final topic of term number 2. When I say the final topic of term number 2 is because this is the final class before your exam 2. And it makes reference to health issues. Can you tell me what health issues is? What is that? What is health issues? What is the meaning in Spanish? What do you understand? Tell me a description, a definition of it in English if you can.
Enfermedades, profe.
Aha. So health, what is health?
Salud.
Okay. And when we say issues, a synonym of issues is problems. So a synonym of issues is problems, health issues, problems of health. Also, we are giving advice. When I say giving advice is suggesting. And suggesting is giving suggestions, giving advice. giving solutions to the problem. So health problems and also suggestions. This one is so interesting because we're just going to see basic vocabulary. It's not too complicated because health issues is for the people who are on campus of medicine, but we are not doctors. Well, some of you are doctors. I am not a doctor. Some of you study medicine, others don't. So in this class, we're going to learn some basic vocabulary, like the most common, the most popular health issues that you can see on people. And also the typical suggestions that we give, even if we are not doctors, even if we are not experts, or even if we are not professionals of health. It means that this is a suggestion any person, any normal, regular person can make. We're going to see the first example. And this one is a very typical one. How do you pronounce that word? How do you pronounce that word?
Headache, teacher.
Headache.
Uh-huh, very good. Headache.
Hey teacher,
Okay.
hey
Headache.
teacher, hey
Listen
teacher,
to this.
hey teacher.
Headache.
Headache?
Headache.
Okay,
Uh-huh. Headache.
Headache.
okay.
Headache.
Headache
Super.
teacher.
Headache. That's amazing. Headache. So this one is a headache. And the person says, I have a terrible, a horrible, a bad headache. But also, we're going to see some options to make suggestions. To make suggestions like what? Pay attention to the verbs. Pay attention to the verbs. You should. You could. You see that? Do you understand the difference? Do you understand the difference? Yes or no? Do you understand the difference or
No,
explain?
teacher.
Very good.
No,
So tell
no,
me, teacher,
no, teacher.
explain. You are the teacher, explain. So here we have modals. In this opportunity, we are going to learn three modals. So, and now you are appreciating could and should. And in a future example, we are going to observe can. Remember that can is poder. So you are going to say puedes because it's a suggestion, right? You can, tú puedes, usted puede. When we see the verb could, we are going to say that you are offering a suggestion like podría. And also, when we see the verb should, we are going to say a suggestion like debería. So those are the differences between can, could, and should. The three verbs are excellent for giving suggestions. This one is a little bit more informal. Can is informal. Could and should are a little bit more formal, but should is super formal. So remember that they are offering suggestions, advices, and recommendations for the problems. Listen to the vocabulary. Listen to the vocabulary. Pain reliever. When we say pain reliever, it's like to say acetaminophen. It is actually the same, like when you say acetaminophen. So these ones are easy suggestions, not from experts, that you can give. One thing you could do is to take an analgesic. Listen to that, analgesic. Hey guys, what is important that you recognize in aspects of grammar? That when you have modal verbs, you don't have a preposition. Example, can to take or can take. Which one is correct? Number one or number two?
Can to take, teacher?
Number two,
Really?
profe.
Look at the example.
And take, no?
Look at the example.
Yeah.
Should to take, could to do. Number one or number two?
Number two.
Number two is correct. Because when you are using modal verbs, you never use the preposition. One more example. Could go, could to go. Which one is correct? Number one or number two? Could go, could to go. Which one is correct? Number
Number two,
one is
teacher.
totally correct. No, look at the example that you have here. It's in front of your eyes. Could do. With preposition or without preposition? It's without preposition. So could to go is incorrect because you never use a preposition with modal verbs. Never use preposition to with modal verbs. Never use preposition to with modal verbs. Final example. Should to drink. Should drink. Which one is incorrect? Which one is incorrect? Number one or number two?
One,
Number
two.
two. Number two.
Number one is totally incorrect because you never use the modal verb. So with the preposition correct. Continue with another example. Look at this one. How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce? How do you pronounce it?
Teacher, ¿dolor de espalda o...?
Backache.
Pronounce, not translate.
Backache.
Pronounce.
Backache.
How do you pronounce it? Backache. Super. How do you pronounce is the pronunciation. Backache is correct. Let's see. I feel so bad. I have a backache. I think you should get a massage. A good idea is to use some ointment. When we say ointment, we are making reference to a hot cream. This is something very common in Colombia. Ungüento, crema caliente. Yes or no?
Yes.
Uh-huh. Hey, this one is another example of giving suggestion. A good idea is to use some ointment. It's a different way. No modals because you can shortcut. That also is suggestion. Remember that we always learned different expressions too. So I think you should get a massage. A good idea is to use some ointment.
Teacher,
Let's
what is
continue.
ointment?
How do you pronounce? What is what?
What is ointment?
Ointment is when you say, ointment is when you say from Spanish or also in Colombia that you put a hot cream, crema
Okay.
caliente, ungüento. Listen to that before? Sore muscles. Sore muscles is what happens when you go to the gym for the first time. I have sore muscles. I have sore muscles. Look at the difference when you say backache. Backache is singular or plural?
Singular.
Singular.
Singular, teacher, singular.
Ah, so you say a backache. I have a backache because it's singular. Look at the difference here. I have sore muscles. Muscles is singular or plural.
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 Ah, so
Plural,
you
teacher,
don't
plural.
say the quantity, you just say sore muscles, no more. But when it's a specific singular, you use a or an depending case. You can use a heating pad. Pay attention to the vocabulary because the vocabulary is for the next activity that you are going to start doing. You can pay attention to the verb. And as you remember, the preposition to is totally incorrect. You just say you can use a heating pad. When we say heating pad, is a warm towel. What is that in Spanish? What is that in Spanish?
Como una toalla, teacher.
Heating
Towel
pad.
es toalla.
Yes, toalla caliente, un paño caliente. Super, that's amazing. And one more time, a good idea is to put some ointment. Let's see the next example. Ooh, this one is terrible. I have a terrible stomach ache. Pay attention to the question. What do you recommend? What do you recommend? So in this one, we have a different example of suggestions. And look at it, it's a question. Why don't you? When you ask the question, why don't you? Here you have the verb. Why don't you see? Why don't you go to? Why don't you take? Why don't you try? So why don't you is asking the question, And there you are going to have the verb. You should drink herbal tea. Any problem with the vocabulary? Problems with the vocabulary? No, it's easy. Questions about vocabulary?
No, teacher.
A cold, a cough, and the flu. A cold, a cough, and the flu. Pay attention to the three because they are different. Listen to me and tell me what you understand. A cold. A cold happens when you are hot in the house and you go outside and it's very cold, so you achis, sneeze. This is the cold, the first thing that happens. Also, when it's raining so hard and you are under the rain, that happens that you get a cold because you start sneezing. What is cold? What is a cold? Chicos, ¿ustedes me están escuchando? Porque me siento hablando sola.
Teacher, yo lo escucho entrecortado.
Profe, es que se le fue el audio. Hubo un momento que se quedó en silencio.
Claro,
Sí, yo
pues
creo que se le
estoy
fue el audio.
esperando hace rato. No, no me fue el audio, lo apagué esperando una respuesta. Y
Ah,
ya llevo un minuto esperando y nadie me responde. What is a cold? According to the example, what is a cold?
Es
What is
como
a
una
cold?
gripa, profe.
¿Un
No,
resfriado?
Resfriado.
Todo es frío.
Exactly. Yes, it is. When you, for example, are on the street and rains, that you receive the water and you start sneezing. This is a cold. Then you start coughing. Coughing happens before the flu or after the flu, but coughing is the action. Achis is a sneeze and is the action. What action is that?
¿Sería tos y
Toser,
flujo?
tos.
Tos o toser. Uh-huh. And finally, the flu is the health issue. The symptoms with fever, sore muscles, body pain, headache, rainy nose. What is the flu?
Gripa, gripe.
Uh-huh. Very good. Thank you very much. So I think I'm getting a cold. Question for suggestion. What could I have? When you are asking the question, obviously you receive answers. Pay attention to the vocabulary. Cough drops. What is drops? What is drops? One more time, question. What is drops?
Gotas.
Gotas
And cough?
con pastillas,
Cough?
pastillas para la tos, pastillas para la tos.
No, gotas.
Gotas para la tos.
Gotas.
Gotas. Vitamin C, very easy. You should see a doctor and get some pills. Pills are the capsules that you take. Pills are the capsules that you take. What is that? Acetaminophen is a pill. Aspirin is a pill.
Pastillas.
Pastas, pastillas. Pastillas. And this one is very popular when you are in the middle of the semester, at the end of the semester, studying very hard. Insomnia. Does it happen to you?
Yes, teacher.
Does it happen to you? Insomnia?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes. So it's awful. Awful is a synonym of terrible, horrible, awful. I can't sleep. Question for suggestions. What should I do? You should drink herbal tea, no problem with the vocabulary. A regular sleep schedule. Organize your daily sleeping time. Do exercise, no problem. It's a good idea to do yoga. So remember the different ways of giving suggestions with expressions and modal verbs. Questions for the moment?
No, teacher.
No, teacher.
So if you don't have any question, this is the moment to start practicing. We're going to see the workshop. Give Okay, guys. Do you see my screen?
Yeah.
Super, that's amazing. So guys, this is something that we're going to try to do very fast today. And I need all your concentration, all your responsibility, and all your attention. Remember that we are working on health issues. As we are working on health issues, we are learning vocabulary about problems of health. So here we have some vocabulary. Some of the vocabulary was on the presentation and the other we learned it together. In this one, on the other side, we are going to see advices. Sorry. We're going to see advices. Remember that advices are
Teacher,
suggestions.
multi answer.
Yes, you have to answer.
Okay.
So, for example, in this one, we are going to see that there are different suggestions for the problems. What is the idea? You are going to match the problem with the solution. The problem with the solution. How are you going to do it? You are going to write the letters. It's very easy. Look at the number one. I have a sore throat. Sore throat is when it's difficult to speak. I have a sore throat. What is that? When you can't speak.
Dolor de
Dictionary,
garganta.
guys, dictionary. Yay, very good. Dictionary, fast, 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 dictionary. So sore throat is when you feel the sensation in your mouth, in your throat that you can't speak, that is difficult to speak. This is sore throat. Normal suggestions, normal people suggestions and advices. A, take some vitamin C. Correct or incorrect?
Correct.
All right. C, suggestion C. Suggestion C says drinks lots of liquids. A lot of liquids. Water, juice, orange juice, liquids in general. Correct or incorrect suggestion?
Correct.
Correct.
And finally, the person suggests D. The D says go to bed and rest. Correct or incorrect suggestion? Correct or incorrect suggestion? So I listen to you.
Correct.
Correct. That happens with the others. That happens with the others. Let's pay attention to the vocabulary. When I read the word, you tell me yes if you understand. You tell me no if you don't understand. Listen to the instruction. When I read the word a sore throat, you tell me yes if you understand. What is sore throat again? What is sore throat? What is sore throat? Isabela Lopez, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Isabela Lopez, what is sore throat?
Dolor de garganta.
Thank you, Isabela. That is correct. So yes, it's correct. Dolor de garganta. B, problems, yes or no, with the vocabulary? Chicos, ¿me pueden responder, por favor? ¿O es muy difícil responder una pregunta como problemas con el vocabulario, sí o no? Problems with the vocabulary, yes or no?
No,
Yes.
teacher.
A cough. What is a cough? Tell me in Spanish. What is a cough?
Tos.
Tos.
What is a backache or back pain?
Dolor de espalda.
Dolor de...
A fever.
Fiebre.
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 Toothache.
Dolor.
Go to the dentist.
Dolor de muela.
A bad or terrible headache.
Un fuerte dolor
de cabeza.
Ajá, a burn.
Una quemadura.
Una quemadura.
The flu.
Gripe.
La gripe.
Cold.
Resfriado era.
Una quemadura.
Resfriado. Very good. Sunburn.
Como insolado.
When you go to the
Quemadura de
pool,
sol.
when you go to the beach. Uh-huh. Stomachache.
Dolor de estómago.
Dolor de estómago.
Gastritis. Easy.
Gastritis.
An allergy.
Una alergia.
Or
Alergia.
allergies too. Itchy eyes.
Teacher, what is itchy?
Picazón en.
Pica el ojo o algo así.
Picazón.
Piel
Picazón en los.
Ojos, obvio.
Ojo.
Uh-huh. Dry skin. That
Piel
you need
seca.
hydration.
Dolor de cuello.
Neck pain. No más. Or in Spanish we say, in popular criollo Spanish we say.
Dolor de cuello.
El mico.
No.
Mico, profe.
El mico.
Profe, mico, obvio.
Yes, of course. Hiccups when you drink very much beer.
Picadura de insecto.
Hiccups, hiccups. When you
Hippo.
talk, what is that? Hippo.
Hippo.
An insect
Hippo.
bite.
Picadura de insecto.
Sore muscles.
Dolor muscular.
Stress.
Estrés.
Diarrhea.
Diarrea.
And finally, we have what happens to the women every month with the menstruation. What is that?
Calambres.
Calambres.
menstruales.
Or cólicos.
Oh,
You could say it too. Cólicos is another one. And now we're going to see the suggestions vocabulary. In the suggestions vocabulary, one more time, you help me. Vitamin C problems? No, it's very easy. Put some ointment on it. What is that? Ponga un poco de
Pomada.
pomada ungüento. Drink lots of liquids.
Beber mucho líquido.
Go to bed and rest.
Ir a la cama y descansar.
Put a heating pad on it.
Me imagino en la cabeza, ¿no? Algo así.
No, heating pad.
Toalla térmica.
Una toalla caliente, un paño caliente. Ajá. Put it under cold water.
Ponerle agua fría. Por debajo, algo
Take
así.
some aspirin. En agua fría.
Tomar una
Ajá, ponerlo en agua fría. See a dentist.
Ir al dentista.
Ir al dentista, visitar al dentista.
See a doctor.
Ir al doctor.
Get some medicine.
Conseguir un medicamento. Comprar medicina. Conseguir.
Ajá. Try, intenta, a bottle of eye drops. Cough drops, eye drops. What is that?
Probar un frasco de gotas.
Gotas para los ojos.
Mm-hmm. Eat, yeah, this is disgusting. Garlic soup.
Sopa de
Garlic.
ajo.
Uh-huh. Drink herbal tea.
De hierbas. Tomar té de hierbas.
Try cough drops.
¿Gotas para la tos?
Take some multivitamins.
Tome algunas multivitaminas.
Use this lotion.
Usar esta loción.
Try this new ointment. Ointment. Very
Esta pomada.
easy. Take painkillers. Painkillers are analgesics. What is analgesic? Analgésicos, right? Pastas para el dolor. Painkiller, pastas para el dolor. Put on this skin cream.
Ponerse
Poner
esta crema
esta
en la
crema
piel.
para el cuerpo, para la piel.
Uh-huh. Take rehydrating sachets.
Toma sobrehidratantes.
Uh-huh. Drink water upside down for the hiccups.
Beber agua al revés.
Yes, this is something like actually stupid or silly, but people say that. Take antihistamines.
Profe, los antihistamínicos
Para
para la
antihistamínicos.
alergia, obvio, ¿ja?
Asmáticos, ¿no?
Antihistamínicos is for allergy. Antihistamines is for allergy. Carol and Paulina, thank you very much. You have 2 girls in participation. Carol, what is your last name?
Mosquera Palacios.
Mosquera. Paulina, what is your last name?
Martínez Ocampo.
Martinez. Martinez, very good. Thank you so much for your participation. No more people, so no more participation. And now let's do the exercise. What are you going to do, guys, in this exercise number 1? Well, according to the example, I give you the problem, you give me the letters with the solution. You can use more than one advice. It means that it's okay if you tell me a fever, D, T, and P. Also, I want to say A or A. So it's okay. If you want to say more than one suggestion, there is no problem. This is the exercise number 1. Exercise number 2, very easy. What are you going to do here? Writing the correct word. Example, jar. Example, box. So you are going to give me the correct container according to the picture. Remember containers? Containers are the ones containing the products. So here you have the picture, and according to the picture, you give me the containers on the box, and you write the correct container according to the product. 10 minutes or 15 minutes? $10 or 15 minutes?
15.
Okay, 15 minutes. It is that at 6:07, you're ready.
Sí, it's no.
Any question?
Teacher, 7, ¿no?
I'm
Teacher,
seven,
seven.
sorry. 7. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. 7, you are ready. Questions? Questions?
No, teacher.
Teacher.
Please, guys, follow this suggestion or instruction. As you listen, there are a lot of people here. So if you have any question for me, write it on the chat. 15 minutes to start working. Go ahead now. Thank you very much. Go, go, go. Okay, guys. So now that you finished, you are going to tell me some suggestions for the problems that I am going to tell you. I tell you the problem, you tell me the suggestion. When I tell you the problem, you will give me the suggestion with the expressions. So you are going to use the expressions to give me the suggestions. If I say I have a terrible, terrible, terrible fever, what do you recommend me? I have a terrible fever. What do you recommend me for participation points? Give me the suggestion with the expressions that we learned in class, with the modal verbs and expressions. What do you recommend me for a terrible fever? What do you recommend me for a fever? Ana Julia Riascos, hello.
Sí, profe.
Ana Julia, what do you recommend me for the fever?
Moment, teacher.
No, you are ready. You said you are ready. What do you recommend me for a fever? Give me suggestions with the expressions learned in class. Yes, Ana?
No, profe, no entiendo.
¿No entiendes? ¿Y por qué no
No.
preguntaste cuando vimos las instrucciones para la actividad?
Teacher, can I?
Julia tiene 0. Okay, Gleiner, continue.
The recommendation for a fever, you should go to to see a doctor. You should see a doctor or you should take some medicine.
Thank you very much, Gleiner. Super. Angela Lozano, good evening.
Hi, good evening, teacher.
Angela, please tell me, what can I do if I have a terrible, terrible, terrible dry skin?
Put some cream on.
Give me the expression or suggestion using the expressions learned in class.
Oh, okay.
With the modal verbs.
Take rehydrating
Is a good
sausage.
idea.
Put in
No.
this
The expressions and modal verb, no. the expressions and
Oh,
modal verbs that I taught you in
okay.
class.
I'm sorry.
Full answer.
Okay, you can put. Oh, when you have a dry skin, you can put some cream on your body, on your dry area.
Thank you.
Okay.
Very good. That is perfect. That's the idea. You have 5. Let's continue with Karen Torres. Good evening. Karen Torres 1.
Hello, teacher.
Karen Torres 2. Hello, Karen. Please tell me, what do you recommend me if I have sore muscles? What do you recommend me if I have sore muscles? Karen.
I don't know, teacher.
What do you recommend me for sore muscles?
I'm not sure, teacher.
Excuse me?
Profe,
I'm not
¿puedo
sure.
decirlo?
No, Karen, it's incorrect. And use the expressions that we learned in class. If you don't give me the suggestion with the expression, you have 0. So, what do you recommend me for sore muscles? Use the expressions learned in class. Karen Torres, one more time. Okay, Karen, you have 0.
Teacher, can I?
Mariana Colorado, of course, continue.
If you have sore muscles, you should go to the physiotherapist.
Thank you. To the physical therapist. That's right. Mariana Córdoba.
Colorado, teacher. Mariana Colorado.
Colorado. Mariana Colorado Correa. Okay, that's it. So now we're going to see the second exercise, and in the second exercise we have containers. Number 1, Ana Milena Escobar, hello, number 1. Ana Milena, number 1. Escobar, that is a 0. Anderson, number 1.
Teacher, number 1 is tooth, a tooth was toothpaste, ¿cierto?
A tube. Thank you so much. That answer is correct. Let's
Profe,
continue.
¿puedo
Anderson, very good.
Sí, yo hice
You have
esta.
participation. In English. In English. Teacher. It's a very easy question in English. Tell me the question in English. Arley Alzate, number 2. Arley.
Hello, teacher. Hello.
Okay, Arley Alzate, number 2.
Number 2, take some vitamin C. Drink.
Arley, si no vas a estar pendiente de la clase, no te conectes con todo respeto. No tienen ninguna relación con lo que estamos haciendo.
Teacher, ¿es la primera parte
Eso
o
sí no me gusta.
la primera parte o la segunda?
No sé, tú estás viendo la pantalla, ya lo estamos hablando, ya hicimos la número 1. Si estuvieras prestando atención, sabrías dónde vamos. ¿Tú estás viendo la pantalla? ¿O ni siquiera? Edison Bolaños, good evening. Edinson Bolaños, good evening.
Teacher, qué pena es que no está, o sea, no veo la presentación. Solo aparece el
¿Por
nombre de
qué?
Chelsea. Chelsea Farah, aparece ahí el nombre.
Arley, number one is a tube of toothpaste. Number two, what is number two? Of aspirin, what is the container? Isabela Lopez, what is the answer?
Box.
A box. According to the picture, is that correct? Karime Ortiz, what is the answer?
My teacher, sorry. I think it's a jar of aspirin.
A jar, very good, Karime, thank you so much. So this is a jar of aspirin, Karime Ortiz. Let's continue with the next. Number three, Chelsea. Bandages.
Teacher, excuse me.
Uh-huh.
Not you.
Teacher.
Bob, ¿también es correcto o no?
Which one?
Two.
Teacher,
Two.
number three.
What, Lorena? If you say a box, obviously yes, but it is that according to the picture, we see that it's a jar. But yes, you can say a box, you can say a package, but according to the picture today.
Ah, okay, teacher. Excuse me.
Teacher.
Mhm. Yes, Chelsea, number three.
A box of band-aids.
A box of bandages.
Bandages. What?
What do you say, class? Correct or incorrect? Actually, in this one, we have two options, and both are okay, according to the picture, because you could say a box, but also you could say a package. So it is actually correct. Thank you, Chelsea. Very good. This is Farah. Chelsea Farah. Chelsea, what is your last name?
Garcia Castillo.
Let's continue with number four. Volunteers or asking? Juan Camilo. Juan Camilo. Juan Camilo Muñoz.
Sorry, teacher.
Juan Camilo, tell me the answer. It is very easy. Shaving cream. What is that?
Sorry. Can.
Can. Muñoz, excellent job. Thank you. Let's continue with the next.
Teacher,
Tissues.
I can participate.
Ana, what is your last name? iPhone de Ana, that's not an identity for me. Name and last name?
Ana Julia Riasco.
Ana Julia, of tissues, number 5, what is that?
A box of tissues.
Very good, a box of tissues. It's the container according to the picture. Ana Julia. Thank you, Anna. Let's continue with the next. In the number 6, we see of face cream. Of face cream. Face cream, sorry. Face cream. What is that? Catherine Ortoñez, good evening. Catherine Ordóñez, good evening. Paola Andrea Delgado, good evening.
Good evening, teacher.
Okay, Paola,
The
here we
6.
have a special situation because according to the picture, we said jar of aspirin, but also I think we should have said not jar, but we should have said bottle. If aspirin is bottle of aspirin, what is the correct answer for face cream?
Barrel 2.
Face cream. This one is like a bottle, but this one, face cream.
Or can. Si no es barrel, puede ser can.
No, Paola.
Yo había puesto barrel.
No, but it's no bottle because bottle is in aspirins, and here we have the same option we used to have before. This one is jar. Paola, what do you have in number 7? Candies. What is that?
A jar of candies.
Jar? Jar?
Package. Sorry, yes, paquete. Package of candies. Teacher?
Miss Buck?
Who was speaking?
Yes, teacher. Package.
No, Paola, it is not. No, Paola. According to the
No?
picture, no.
Is there a bag of candies?
Yes.
Yes, it is a bag of candies.
Teacher, es que hoy no, como en español dice
And
paquete.
So sometimes it's not okay to translate exactly and precisely to Spanish. Also, you say it in English. Also, you say it in English. But in this one, we are saying a package of bandages. That one is for it. But the only bag that you observe in the picture is the one that has candies. And we have to use all the words. We have to use all the words in the exercise. Finally, we have number 8. And for number 8, we have deodorant. What is the container?
Me,
Stick.
teacher.
Stick.
A can of desodorant.
Stick. Una barra de desodorante. So that one is the one that you say like a stick. Tube of toothpaste, bottle or jar of aspirin, box, in this case, package of bandages, can of shaving cream, box of tissues, jar of face cream, bag of candies, and you have a stick of deodorant. So guys, there are other exercises, but I think this is the moment to stop the class. There are other exercises on the second page that I am sure that you can do by yourself to practice. So look at the examples that you have here. What you are going to do on the activity is to see, give me the problem, but give me the solution as well. So you are going to mention what is the problem, but also you are going to mention the solution. So it is health issue and suggestion. Obviously, on the suggestion, you are going to give me full answers. You are going to give me full suggestions. And this one is a conversation. So you complete the conversation with the expressions, questions, and words that you consider correct.
Okay, teacher.
In the final one, going to see the conversation. In this conversation, there are some questions, and it's just to answer the questions according to the conversation. So these ones are exercises that you easily can do by yourself. Remember, the next week, I am going to share the folder for you to upload your videos and your recipes. And on Friday, you are going to start your exam number 2. This is all for today. Tell me if you have any question before we finish the class.
No, teacher, no questions for me.
No questions. What about the others? No questions. Thank you, Anderson. Okay, guys. Thank you very much. It was a pleasure to see you today. Thanks a lot for your attention and see you next Friday. Goodbye.
Goodbye,
Thank you,
teacher.
teacher.
Thank you. Have a nice week.
Thanks to you. Goodbye.
Goodbye, then.